More than 700 million people in the world are living at or below $2 a day. Since the 90s, there has been a significant decline in the proportion of people living in extreme poverty, which halved from 47% to 22% of the world population in less than 2 decades. However, in many developing countries, the number of people living in absolute poverty has not declined, and it has even increased in the case of sub-Saharan Africa, which now accounts for half of the world's extreme poor population. Global unemployment has also increased significantly all over the world, with an estimated 40 million people dropping out of the job market, and with young people bearing the brunt of the crisis. In the aftermath of the recent financial economic crisis, several countries experienced a so-called jobless recovery, marked by the creation of insufficient employment opportunities to meet the needs of the labor market. In this context, the gender gap has remained wide, with women more likely to have lower quality jobs and lower salaries than men. These social and economic challenges are not the only global problems which need urgent solutions. While significant progress has been made in some specific environmental issues, such as the ozone layer depletion, the environmental challenges worldwide are still huge. Just to name a few, an estimated 1.3 billion tons of food, 1/3 of all food produced, is wasted every year, while almost 1 billion people are undernourished and another billion are hungry. Only 20% of final energy consumption is from renewable sources, but despite the technological advances improving energy efficiency gains, energy use will continue to grow another 35% by 2020. Humans are polluting water faster than nature can recycle and purify water in rivers and lakes. Land degradation, declining soil fertility, desertification, unsustainable water use, overfishing, and ocean degradation are all lessening the ability of the earth to supply food. Can entrepreneurship contribute to address these ongoing social, economic, and environmental challenges? It is widely acknowledged that beyond its contribution to poverty eradication, employment, and economic empowerment, entrepreneurship can contribute to social and environmental outcomes by catalyzing the development of productive capacities in an inclusive and sustainable manner, and by fostering the creation of small enterprises offering decent jobs. This may provide socially disadvantaged groups, including the rural poor, women, and young people, among others, an opportunity to engage in and benefit from economic growth. The failure to address the social, economic, and environmental challenges just mentioned has prompted the call for new priorities at the policy level, namely for policies that will promote sustained and inclusive economic growth and will create more and better quality jobs for all. In this context, policymakers are increasingly called to adopt and implement entrepreneurship policies with a focus on sustainability and inclusiveness. At its 71st session, held in September 2016, the United Nations General Assembly adopted a resolution on entrepreneurship for sustainable development, encouraging governments to adopt a coordinated and inclusive approach to promoting entrepreneurship and emphasizing the importance of equal economic participation and empowerment, especially for youth. In paragraph 17 of the resolution, the General Assembly recognizes that harnessing entrepreneurial talents among young people is vital for increasing productive capacities, developing new forms of entrepreneurship focused on information and communication technologies. In this context, the General Assembly encourages member states to integrate youth entrepreneurship strategies and innovative programs into their national policies, to create a nurturing environment for the full realization of the rights and capabilities of young people, and to increase investment in entrepreneurial education, youth capacity building, and information and telecommunication technologies. The potential of entrepreneurship as a possible solution to sustainable development challenges has been mentioned several times in UN resolutions. The first General Assembly resolution on entrepreneurship for development was adopted in December 2012. The resolution recognized the role of entrepreneurship as a catalyst for development and as a means to expand opportunities for all, including socially disadvantaged groups such as women and youth. In 2014, the General Assembly adopted its second resolution on entrepreneurship for development, reiterating the centrality of entrepreneurship in the achievement of key development objectives, such as unemployment and poverty, and highlighting the importance of measuring the effectiveness of entrepreneurship policies through reliable and measurable impact indicators. Based on the relevance of the entrepreneurship policy framework and implementation guidance called EPF, UNCTAD coordinated the preparation of the reports on the implementation of the General Assembly resolutions on entrepreneurship for development. These reports call for a novel, holistic, and bottom-up approach to bring the force of entrepreneurs and their power of innovation to contribute to the global mission of eco-sustainability and social equity. The economic benefits of entrepreneurship is actually well proven, but it also extends to new emerging challenges, such as those posed by the increasing pressure of migration. Migration is a key element of the socio-economic inequality nexus. At the end of 2017, there were 21 million refugees, 3 million asylum seekers, an estimated 9 million migrants who are victims of forced labor, an estimated 50 million irregular migrants worldwide. The creation of economic opportunities for these vulnerable segments of the population is crucial for a sustainable development perspective. One mechanism to achieve this objective is through the promotion of entrepreneurship. When migrants and refugees are allowed to engage in significant entrepreneurial activities, they often create opportunities for themselves and for others, and in doing so, they can contribute to the socioeconomic development of the countries where they live. In this context, UNCTAD, in collaboration with the International Organization for Migration, IOM, and the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR, has developed a policy guide to provide a high-level framework for policies and programs to support entrepreneurial activities by and for refugees and vulnerable migrants. The objective of this initiative is to support the socioeconomic inclusion of refugees and vulnerable migrants and to maximize their contribution to home and host economies through entrepreneurial activities. Entrepreneurship presents a means through which the world's societies and economies can be transformed to become more sustainable. To maximize the role that entrepreneurs can play in this, however, policymakers need to pay attention to improving the conditions for entrepreneurial activity.